Sup, it's me Gage, and welcome back to the debate. Today's battle is between two characters from my personal favorite franchise, or genre of movies, horror. We got the Crystal Lake slasher Jason, and the boogeyman himself, Michael Myers. Now, I'll go over who I think would win and why. First, I'm going to go over their advantages. First, I'm going to start off with Michael. Michael has actual immortality, thanks to, I believe, the devil, putting a curse on him, like there's a symbol on his hand. That makes it so he can't die unless he kills his family, I believe. And he is smarter than Jason. So he has actual immortality, he's a smarter combatant. Don't know who's stealthier. Now I'll go over Jason's advantages. Jason, he is definitely physically stronger than Michael. In the comic series, he was able to lift and throw a car to keep a woman from running away. He's able to rip a person in half by swinging a grenade launcher at them. He actually has a healing factor that we've seen in the movies, because in the comics he gets his arm blown off and he regenerates it within seconds, and then does the grenade thing where he swung and ripped the guy in half. And in Freddy vs. Jason, when Freddy stabbed Jason's eyes, minutes later, when we see Jason in the water, his eyes are completely healed. So Jason does in fact have a healing ability. He is physically stronger, and he's faster. Due to, in Part 8, it's heavily shown that he probably has a teleportation ability. And in the upcoming Friday the 13th game, he will have a teleport function. So he is faster, plus we've actually seen him run. And he does have some brains for him. He managed to trick his family member in Jason Goes to Hell. He tricked her into pointing the gun at the other guy by talking when he was in the body of someone else. Now, there's a catch with Jason. He isn't fully immortal, but he'll always come back unless he's killed by a Voorhees family member. So the only way you can kill him and keep him dead is if you're a member of the Voorhees bloodline. But Michael, who is actually immortal, has kind of that. Plus, Jason also has a versatility advantage. He's used multiple weapons. He's even shot a harpoon gun and was a really good shot with it, too. No, wait, he hasn't just shot it once, he shot it twice, actually. Shot once and hit a woman in the head with it from a distance of at least a few meters, so he knows how to fire firearms. Missed a woman on a boat when he was undead, but still knew how to shoot. Able to use something that's like a chainsaw, has like a circular saw on the end. Multiple hand weapons, and of course his signature machete. Now Michael, I've seen him skewer somebody with a shotgun and stab them with a knife. Now, I'm going to go over how much punishment each character can take. Michael Myers can take firing squads from a whole town and a stick of dynamite. Jason can take firing squads from the SWAT team, and was blown up by a bomb that had to be dropped in from a plane to blow him to bits, and that still didn't kill him. Now, Michael was in bad condition after that dynamite blew up. In fact, he wasn't even in the range of it. The gunshots were the only real thing that hurt him. So, he was badly injured from it. Was actually knocked out for a long time. For a guy to find him, heal him up, then he woke up. Jason was continuing to fight even after the firing squad had stopped. And Jason has taken axes to the head and kept on walking, back in his earlier movies. Oh yeah, and the healing factor is also seen in his other movies. like when he had the machete put into his shoulder in the second movie. That injury is nowhere to be seen in any of the other films. No blood, no nothing. No problems with his arm or anything. So, yeah. Jason is stronger, faster, I'd say more durable. Has a good amount of intelligence for him. And has better weaponry. And Michael has actual immortality, good amount of durability, is smarter, can drive, and a few other things for him. Now, here's who I think would win in this battle. Now, I know Michael is actually immortal, but I still think he'd lose. One thing is, Jason has gone up against so many other horror movie characters besides just Freddy. And if you remember, Jason put a real beat down on Freddy. Ripped his arm off, shoved it through his body with no problem. And he's even fought Leatherface, but lost to him due to the Sawyer family being included, but that comic was non-canon. It was more of just a written thing for the hell of it. But when he was actually fighting Leatherface, Jason was beating him. And that was a weaker version of Jason, but still strong enough to punch through steel. And in the comic Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash, he's also fought Ash Williams. Had a chainsaw embedded into his stomach, and then broke the chainsaw, with it still in him. Took a shotgun blast to the face, was completely fine. Didn't care. Michael Myers, we've never really seen him fight anybody really impressive. I mean, in one movie he got beat by a random girl and a black guy who liked Jackie Chan movies. Jason, he's fought people with actual superpowers, like a woman with actual telekinetic powers, an ability to raise the dead. Has came back from a Voorhees killing him to fight Freddy. And has fought a few other people as well. So, yeah, honestly, I give this win to Jason. I know Michael's immortal, but if Jason is smart enough, which he is, he'd just chop his head off or his arms. Now, Freddy lasted as long as he did because he was so quick on his feet. If you watch the movie, Freddy was practically like flying all over the place with his speed. Jason was just walking around, and he was still putting a beat down on him. As we see from the movie, Michael is not fast. He's actually very slow. So if Michael tried to go up to Jason with his knife, Jason would probably just slice him clean in two. Plus, if Michael tries to run over Jason, Jason could just flip the car over, like he did in the comic with that one girl. Plus, even there, when she lit the gasoline on fire to make the car explode to make Jason go flying back, he was fine. And then, earlier in that comic, she stabbed Jason with his own... Sorry about that. She stabbed Jason with his own machete repeatedly till she thought he was dead, then walked away. He wasn't dead, he got back up, and came back, did the car thing, and then killed her. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Jason would be able to put Michael down. And I just don't see how Michael would be able to put Jason down. His reach isn't as far, he's nowhere near as strong. The only thing he really has over him is intelligence. That's about it. And he doesn't use it that much. He mainly uses his intellect to drive places, and that's it from what I see. He was beaten by a random girl and a random black guy that was trying to make a show about him. and he was beaten by his family members a few times and a cop with a handgun. I'm sorry, but I just don't see how Michael could pull out a win here. I just don't see it. So for this debate battle, I say the winner is definitely Jason Voorhees.